but I know the DJ.
Do you?
Welcome to episode 29 of But I Know the DJ, a podcast discussing all things DJing, music, nightlife, business, and pop culture through the unfiltered opinions of host Snacks, a.k.a. Snacks On, Snacks Off, powered by Dope Entertainment, our sponsor, Anchor. I want to shout out our Black-owned business of the week, Neighborhood Kitchen. The idea for this restaurant started in their kitchens where they served family and friends and are fortunate enough to have expanded to a space where they can serve the community and the neighborhood. You can catch them at 84 Spring Street, Medford, Mass. 02155 and on Instagram at the neighborhood_kitchen. Check them out on IG. Now I'd like to welcome our guest for today's episode, DJ, one half of duo Stacks with me, freshly back in Massachusetts for the time being, Connecticut's #1 DJ, DJ STAMZ in the building. What's up, bro?
Chilling, baby.
Back on the podcast.
Yeah.
Second recurring guest, I think.
Long time listener, second time caller. Feels good. Feels great.
How is it back in Mass after pretty much a COVID or a pandemic of how long were you in Connecticut for? A while.
So the first 2 years, 2018 and 19, in and out. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Connecticut, and then there's a Friday, Saturday, obviously here DJing, whether it be Boston or when it was sometimes New Hampshire. But yeah, and then once the pandemic hit, full time out there. The last year, just full time out there too, just because it's more open than around here. But,
yeah.
I don't know. This is my second week out here full time, and it seems like I don't know. It's kind of sluggish.
Yeah,
It's
been real slow the whole time, bro. Like,
but we talk every day. But I also commend you on like the patience that you have to. I was like I said last time I was on the podcast, I was saying, I've been DJing every day, which I have been. Like Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, I had that little bar that like literally a stone's throw from my house. That was dope. Like, and then like the other clubs started to open up, and then that bar got me more exposure. Where I was like, he's pretty good. You know how it is, a fresh face anywhere.
Yeah.
A fresh face that has like a decent run in the game. Like, of course I'm gonna get bookings. Like just off the name alone. So it was dope. But right now, Boston, I would say, has been a little strange. It's been more of like the Manchester, Providence area for me on the weekends.
Yeah, so you have experience in pretty much all of New England, right?
Yeah.
Like enough in each corner of it, right?
Yeah.
How would you compare just when we talk about Connecticut versus Rhode Island versus Mass versus New Hampshire?
Yeah. So more open full time, I would say in comparison, Connecticut's more of like an urban market. You can get away with more as a DJ,
which I feel like people don't realize.
No. Like it's definitely just as diverse as Boston, if not more. Like a lot of songs, like my first couple of gigs, I got ate up. I'm not gonna lie. They were like, "Yo, like you get busy." I'm like, "Yo, I don't have this kind of music." Like they play like Noah the Bounce music. They play a lot of like when I say twerk music, like real twerking music. Like, yeah. What's that? Like Big Frida type stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, like it really wouldn't like. Think about 2 years ago, like downtown. That really wouldn't like ring off like that just because of like the diverse college crowd. Like,
yeah.
But in out of towner would be like, yo, you killed it.
Because that's real culture music.
Exactly,
that's
yeah.
Cultural
exactly.
music.
So Connecticut to that sense is very urban cultured. So I kind of had to just kind of claw my way in, even though they co-signed me because like a few of the guys had been down here, but they were like, yo, if you're gonna get ready, you better get ready right now. So like it was kind of thrown into the fire, but comparison from like then to now, Connecticut was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to come on here and sound like, Fauci and drop kind of all these facts, but we were like how Mass was, but in the beginning, like we had the best vaccination, the lowest COVID rate. So Governor Lamont was letting kind of shit rock for a while with like, the hookah, like outdoors. The patio was always a thing. And a lot of these clubs just invested money. And even the bars and lounges kind of overthrew the clubs, honestly, over the past like year and a half with, they literally just spent the money to, the city was kind of dope shutting down the streets, kind of like how Newberry is, how it's like shut down. You really can't drive, or maybe it's Copley. I don't know. It's been a while. Yeah. But so like they bought like the patio furniture, the heat warmers, and then like people are just down to be outside. You could smoke weed in Connecticut now, outdoors as long as it's like a legal amount. I'm not sure what that would be, but people are partying, and they have been partying. And there's been money out there. Honestly, hookah is huge in Connecticut. It's kind of like not legal, but it's like just look the other way, kind of everywhere. Not gonna come on here and snitch them out, but I won't say names of places, but I mean, And then being so close to New York, I would go kind of maybe like once a month because it's fast paced for me. And New York's a whole different vibe. Like they have parties every night, everywhere. Right. They do
There's
not
so
care.
much to offer. Yeah.
Like cops will come into the party and be like, fucking like again with you guys, like dude, just keep it down, like you know what I'm saying, chill with the hookah, like come on, like don't be an idiot. But then they'll be like, all right, continue, because I think at this point
there's bigger things to worry about.
And even before that, when I used to slide into the city in and out, like everywhere, every night was packed. I feel like nightlife itself, as far as like New England nightlife, was really on the come up. I feel like, speaking right now, Boston, New York, Connecticut, I feel like we're all closer than we ever been with each other as far as like the DJ game and the artist game and the music game. I feel like kind of everybody's putting whatever nonsense is to the side and kind of working together. And the pandemic kind of just had people piggybacked off that too to like do the same thing. Like everybody just kind of like saying like fuck it, like it's been such a crazy ride, let's come together, But I think I've been home for 15 days now, fresh, like in Boston. I've had one gig, like in not Everett at Karma. So it's it was dope.
That's all you really can get.
Yeah, and that's like, I got Savoy coming up in a few weeks, but I know they just opened, right?
Yeah.
So
I did the first night 3 weeks ago, and then the second week they canceled it for whatever reason,
and that's just wild to me.
And then I just did the third week,
and it's just wild to me because like I'm driving 10 minutes to curate a vibe from my house, and then it's dope, but there's so many restrictions. Like, I mean, we know what I can do. I'm in there going crazy, killing it. Yo, chill on the microphone. I don't want people to get too crazy.
Yeah.
Turn the music down. I'm not saying Karma did this or Savoy will do this. I'm just saying in general from like, and this is not even me. This is like me going out to like support you. Or I went to see Cammy set at Jazz Night the other night, and like yo, like sit down. Like, oh my God, you're so good, bro. Like we miss you. You're killing it. But like just try to smooth it out. And then you do that, and people are like, oh, I'm out of here.
They start complaining.
Yeah, I'm out of here because I can go here. And then they're not wrong because when I drive 45 minutes to go to Smoke and Flame or Elixir or Revel, Providence, like anywhere in Providence that I'm at or New Hampshire that I'm at, there's like no rules. Like right now in New Hampshire, there's no mask rule.
Yeah.
Like people just have no mask on.
I forgot about that, yeah.
Like I was in there with my mask on, people were staring at me like I was crazy. Only because I haven't got like the second shot yet. And I have the worst immune system in the world, from being my boy. And then like just talking, like how I am. I have bad luck with that kind of like health shit sometimes where I'm like, oh fuck it. Maybe like if it's like a 1 in a billion chance, I might get that second strain and be out for 2 weeks and then lose on gigs that I like was looking forward to.
Yeah, I know someone who got COVID after their first vaccine in between getting their second.
Yeah.
Like I know someone who got it.
It's crazy. So you just never know, but I'm a big believer in the whole hookah thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I used to smoke it all the time. I haven't done hookah in like 4 years now. So like I think that's spreading hookah. I mean, spreading COVID. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
it's weird. It's like
in the air,
just the way that it is. Because like the first time I got it, when I had COVID, I did a hookah party, and I had only one mask on, and I took it off. I was sweating.
I had only one mask on.
This is when it was like people wearing gloves, two masks. I remember. This is like in the beginning, and like I said, Connecticut, we were throwing parties still with hookah. Like it was like
crazy.
In a legit lounge, and I was like, I got home and I was like, I feel like shit. This is crazy. I probably have a cold. I woke up and I was like, I definitely have this shit. I went and got tested. They were like, yeah, you have it. I was like, great. So then, fast forward to the next hookah party I did was Smoke and Flame like 2 weeks ago. And I took my mask off and I was kind of like,
loosey-goosey.
Yeah, I got a little drunk. I was a little loosey-goosey. And the next day I was like, dude, no way I have it again. I feel like shit. But I just had a regular cold.
Shit.
I went and got rapid tested. They were like, dude, you have a vaccine? I was like, I don't care. Rapid test me. And then they give me a whole spiel. Massachusetts is pretty bad with that too. Like they give you like dirty like looks and like they're like, sir, you could be given this to this appointment can go to somebody who doesn't have a vaccine and blah blah. I'm like, dude, I think I have it. Can you just like, not that they like said it like that, but like in layman's terms, like they were kind of condescending about it. But I was good. So I was like, where are they like? So
I mean, you can still get it.
Yeah, and
I mean, it's just you. It's like with the vaccination, it's just like you definitely won't need to be hospitalized. Like, and
Yeah,
you'll
exactly.
be fine, but you can like carry it or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and I was just like, dude, relax and put the thing on my nose, and then I can get out of here, and then everybody go on with their day. It's just like people in mass are, it's dope. People are acting safe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking it. But it's getting to the point where like I'm seeing my close friends like you, definitely my favorite DJ. Obviously, we're together. Pause. But it's like, so it's like you're out here and you're booked like, yo, I'm free Friday night. I'm like, bro, nah.
Yeah.
I haven't, like, those words give me goosebumps. Like, they kind of skeeze me out. Like, what the hell? Like, free, like, and it's like, you're getting the top gigs in the city right now. It's just like,
there's only 3 of them.
Do it. Yeah, yeah. You can't do them every week. So it's like,
yeah.
And then, so it's like, oh, what the hell? So it's like, I've been fortunate enough, you know, I think, like I said, this will be 12 years DJing for me. And a lot of people like don't know that. I'll be 30 in September.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say a lot of people don't know how old you are.
I thought you were like 24, 25. I'm like, thank you, like I appreciate that, but I'm not.
You're very youthful energy.
Yeah, exactly. And I've always been like that. It's just, you expend more energy being a hater than you do like being like youthful and funny and maybe a little immature sometimes, but whatever. But long story short, like seeing you that, and then me being thankful that I can like be like, oh, I'm off Friday. Let me hit up, you know, like Nino Stacks in Providence or Coro King, and they're like, yeah, come, I got you, bro. You could, maybe not Friday, but Saturday I got you. And then like New Hampshire, Whiskey's was a cool thing for a little while, and they've been closed. Smoking Flames on Fire, Elixir is reopened. I've had my residency with Canoni on Saturdays for a while. I had my once a month with Cisco on Fridays for a while. So it's like, now that I'm back, all I had to do, thankfully, I was like, hey, remember me? But I mean, we always keep in touch anyway. So I was just like, they're like, oh yeah, if you're here, I got you. Just because it's the same thing where it's like, if you book Snacks every Friday, people are going to come that first Friday. It's going to be fucking wild. That second Saturday, like, oh, he's there again. Yeah. The third Saturday is like, I'll take it off. Fourth Saturday is like, this fucking kid, all he does is go to Elixir.
Exactly.
Or just using that as an example.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I learned a lot more over these past couple months with the pandemic and everything, is that the same DJ, no matter how good you are, is going to burn a place out. Not the DJ itself, but the name of the place. It's like, yo, I'm not going 45 minutes to see this kid again. So now I kind of understand. I've been learning a lot. Like I tell everybody, like, yo, there's always something to learn in this game. Like the most minuscule point or the biggest point, every day you learn something, bro. Whether it be technique or just how to move this way or move that way or say certain things around the wrong people, and just that whole business idea where it's like, back in the day I'd be like, yo, you're bringing this dude from X, Y, and Z, you're paying him fucking $7,000 in a hotel for what? Then I'm like, yo, it's sold out. Now I understand it. Now, because in Connecticut I had the pleasure of working at Studio 1537, that's in Hamden, and I was there every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Tuesday and Thursday is a different DJ. And as I got my name out there, more people would come. But then they're like, yo, they were like, yo, do 5 days a week. And I was just like, nah. Like, that would make no sense to do that. And now I get it. So it's not really a money thing anymore. It's more of like a knowledge thing of being like, let me not burn this club out and burn myself out too. Mm-hmm. And again, I say that to say this, like, it's crazy that that's kind of happening here. Like, I see it in Boston, like it's happening. Where I'm like, yo, I'm here. They're like, damn, bro, I've been there the past like 3 weeks in a row, but I want to come see you. And that's only because I'm just got back. If I was there like 2 weeks in a row, like it wouldn't happen. Mm-hmm. But I think right now for Boston, it's time. Like, it's time.
Yeah, man.
Something's got to give.
It's just the government like keeping us.
Yeah,
like,
no, of course.
Because once it blows it, like, and that's the thing, like those places in New Hampshire or wherever, like, they're doing great, but like we have to also always remember like the bigger picture, that like, why are they doing great? Not to say that
no.
Not to say the establishments aren't great,
exactly
or the DJs aren't great, or the promoters aren't great, but it's like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say it straight up. They're doing great because we're closed. You know? And I already told every promoter and owner that I work with out there, like, yo, once Boston opens up, I'm back to my regular schedule, like Tunnel. As long as, so shout out to Max, shout out to the whole Tunnel group. As long as like they open again, I'm there, you know? Shout out Taki, shout out Sharu, you know, Hava, venue, Icon. As long as they open, they're like, we already know. Like I've been in contact with them for years. So like you too, like once they open, we're right back to normal. Bijou as well. So it's like, but those places will always hold seniority to me because that's home court. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna drive 45 minutes for the same pay to DJ for randoms because it's gonna be that back to their crowd, their home crowd, and like. Not to be rude, but like we're kind of taking money out of the New Hampshire DJs' pockets too, because like all those dudes aren't really like getting any bookings no more because it's like
it's all Boston
like
DJs.
I said, how I just said about Connecticut fresh faces, it's fresh faces, and they're like, oh yeah, blah blah. I want to do that. I'm like, damn, bro, like I'm not gonna say no. It's a booking for me, you know.
All the big nights in New Hampshire are all Boston DJs.
Yeah.
Like, like I don't really know New Hampshire DJs, but like there's no way I'm gonna know them. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. You can't get exposed to them because that's what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's a double-edged sword because as a DJ, you know, we feel bad. But on this end, it's like
we gotta get our money.
I gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? I have bills to pay. You know, I know a couple of DJs. You know, they have like the day job and then like, but for some DJs, like this is it.
Yeah.
You know, for me, for the last 6 to 7 years, this was it for me. I have learned more over the like this is it. This is cool, but do I really? I mean, I'm not saying I'm old, but I'll be 30. You know, do I really want to do this when I'm 35, 36? You know, drinking, seeing 21-year-old girls throw up. You know, walk around with no heels on Stewart Street. Like, do I really want to do this? Like, I love it. I definitely want to do it, but I want to do it in a sense where I'm going out and still crushing clubs. But the back of my mind, you know, I've been doing like a lot of investments now. I'm trying to do real estate. You know, the sneaker store, like just putting my money where I believe it can grow and stuff that I'm not like, fuck, I don't want to have this call to like stuff that I'm actually interested in too. And that's just going to help in the long run where I can have, you know, a pillow to fall back on if I become like that washed up OG DJ that everybody hates. Hopefully I don't. I don't think I will, but you know, there's always a possibility. There's a few of them already in Boston, but you know, that's a conversation for a different time. But like, you know how it is. Like, then there's gonna be the new snacks and the new STAMZ and the new Cammies and Fabs and Toomies,
which is already starting to happen.
That moved to Boston and I'm like, yo, these kids are fucking nasty. Like, and they're hungry. Like, yo, fuck this kid STAMZ. He's like, fucking look at his gray ass beard. Like, look at his gray hair. And I'm like, yo, I'm nasty, but this kid is in college and he's gonna bring 6-7 tables a night. And I'm bringing in people that are just crawling to the club like, yo, let me get one bottle of H and that's it. Like, I'm good. I'm out by like 11:30, 12 o'clock, you know? Yeah. The wall's closing quick, man. I've seen it happen. Trust me. I was that guy that was like, yo, fuck this dude. He shouldn't be DJ. I'm better than him. Too. But then I was like, you know what? In reality, I'm not ready for that. Like, I remember.
But youth does go far. Like
no, yeah, of course.
Promoters, bottle girls.
Everything.
It happens with everything.
There's been times where, like, I would look back and be like, yo, I did underbar when I was like 19, and I was like, yo, I killed that shit. Now I'm looking back, I was like, yo, I probably fucking did a terrible job when I was DJing. But those people still come to see me, so I'm like, maybe I didn't do that bad. But in my head, I'm like, I killed that shit. I should be the resident. And then I'm just like, now I'm like, nah, hell no, I was not ready for that. Yeah. And it just molds you more. Like, and I feel like, again, comparing like Connecticut, New York, and Boston, New England to other markets, New England's a tough market, man. It's tough to rock. It's like, it's definitely diverse. Like, we play everything. Like, one thing that rings off here is Afro beats. Huge right now. Even like down south, DC, like Afrobeats is huge. Yeah. Certain parts of Connecticut, you play that shit, they'll just stare at you, bro. But other parts, like the Hartford 860 area, it rings off. Like, all that stuff. But like where I was at, New Haven, like 203 area, nah, man, that don't ring off.
Well, if you go West Coast and like like Texas Dembo doesn't ring off like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very East Coast.
Yeah, but like I know not Texas, but like Nevada, like outside of Vegas, there's mad Dembo clubs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was trying to get a booking. Access Pro was helped me set it up when I went to Vegas to my little family reunion that we had right before COVID. It fell through. After that, DJ's lost. I could have put him in Boston wherever he wanted to go, but it fell through. But it was like off the strip. He was like, yeah, it's a Latin night. I was like, oh, shit, word? And I seen the videos, and then I seen like that other club is like a collective group, kind of like what like Icon and them do. They have other clubs on the same street, and they're all Dembo. That's crazy. You know, because when you go to Vegas, it's like, hell no.
Yeah.
Like, Dembo, you probably hear a remix.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But depends where you go. But I just commend guys like you, man, that have been riding this wave for the last year and a half, 2 years. I know you're good, but like it's got to be tough.
It is, man.
I'm blessed that I'm with Allison and she went through that. God kind of set up where he was like, yo, you're gonna go here for 4 years. And then I've told you, but I'll announce it now on the podcast too. I'm moving to New York on June 1st for a whole year because she has her medical degree now. Just one more year, and then she'll be completely certified, and she can open up a clinic wherever she wants to open it up. So I'm going to be in New York for the next year, right in time for them to open up. And I feel like I'm getting thrown into the fire, but in a good way because all these dudes that have their seniority probably kind of got out of the city or lost it, and now I'm a new face with a pretty good track record going to the city. And being so close in Connecticut where I can be like, yo, listen, I'm new to the city. Let me get a night here. And they're like, all right, like, we'll test you out. And then they'll be like, oh, shit, this kid can work, like, blah, blah, blah. So that's going to be dope. I was nervous at first, but I kind of put the COVID everything together, and I'm looking forward to it a lot. Like starting my own night out there somewhere. I'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You mentioned just being diverse and touching a few things. You mentioned like doing Dembo Latin nights, and you're Greek, right?
Yes, half Greek, half Italian.
Half Greek, half Italian, and I know that it's just difficult, really, for anyone playing outside of like their native music or however we want to phrase it or whatever. And then you being white is that kind of elevated, right?
Yeah.
I know I experienced like when I first started doing like Pretty Ugly and Get Right events, I would be the only non-black person in the room, and I'm the DJ. Yeah. So people look at me, and I'm sure you got this a lot. How is he gonna know what we want, right? So you doing, you've done some of like the biggest Latin nights, the biggest urban nights, like this can even go back to day one. Like, how did you prepare yourself for that? What kind of steps did you take? Because I know when young DJs ask me, how do you get booked so much?
Yeah, I get asked that a lot too.
My answer is be as diverse as possible. So because if you like let's think about like the EDM scene, right? The EDM scene in Mass is like run by like 3 people.
Yeah.
So
it used to be so prominent, but it's really
yeah. But so if it's only a couple nights, you're not gonna get booked for every week, like we were just saying. You're only gonna get it once every so often because everyone else has got to get their food too. So if you can only do one, you're only getting that one gig.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do you expect to play this night and this night and that night when they require other shit?
No, yeah.
Right?
I mean, to answer your question, like I can answer like from an urban, from Kareem, like the Pretty Ugly to BVD, like from like that side, New World, all those events that I do, like when big artists come, like Kareem will tell you the first time he booked me, he's like, yo, I want to book you because I've known Kareem a long time, and I was younger. Like when Kareem been throwing events for a long time.
Yeah.
When I had a fake ID, I was going to his events, and I was like popping bottles, and he was like, "Yo, like what do you do?" I'm a DJ. He was like, "Get the fuck out of here, you ain't no DJ." And like I probably really wasn't at that time, but I was like, "Yo, I'm trying to be." So, over the years, he was like, "All right, okay." He's like, "Yo, let's put you in Cure on a Thursday." This is way back.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was like, "I'm down." So I walk in there after the opener's on. I forget the opener was. And it was like a record scratch. Like everybody just stared at me. Like, who the fuck is this white kid coming in here? Like, you know how it is. Like, especially Boston people are very territorial about their music. Like, people appreciate good music here. If you fuck up a blend, they're gonna look at you like this kid ain't really doing it. Or like if you offbeat, if something's wrong with your DJ set, people are gonna know. So I walked in there, I shut it down, did what I do, and Kareem's like, all right, cool, you're a resident. I was like, all right, cool. And then I stopped, and then guess who became resident? You did.
I was gonna say that sounds a lot like my story. Yeah.
And that's only Kareem, just like putting money in our pockets, just being the nice guy that he is.
Shout out Reem.
When he wants to be, but when he's not in Atlanta, when he's home. But
and what about the Latin side? Like how does that differentiate from each other?
It transitioned to the Latin side where, like literally, so I call Latin clubs like there's 3 tiers of Latin. So there's like the dembow that you play in the beginning. Then there's like dembow that like openers shouldn't play and you know it. Then there's reggaeton you play in the beginning. Then there's reggaeton you do not play until you're a closer. Then there's Spanish trap. Spanish trap is like, people think it's like, could it be Kush? It's not. Like there's like some crazy hard Spanish rappers like Anuel started as like a rapper and now he has like, more commercial. Yeah, like Tali's another one. Like so like, it was really hard for me. I started out doing Latin gigs. I had Underbar just because like I was cool with Cisco and like the promotional company that was doing it at the time. And I had to like really honestly, I had to go and learn like what to play and what not to play back then. And you just kind of know about artists now. Like if an Ozuna song comes out, it's gonna be, you know, now we have Snapchat and this and that. So now you know what to play and when to play it. Like if it rings off, like, you know, in people's cars and on Instagram, then it's like, all right, it's a primetime thing. But don't forget, I don't speak Spanish. I have no idea what they're saying. So it's like I have to look at how the crowd reacts. So like I always, like, you know, people call me El STAMZ because when I go out, I'm kind of going to Latin nights now just because it's like more, you know, Latin motherfuckers party. Y'all motherfuckers really get down. Y'all can really drink. Like, I can't drink like that. How y'all drink?
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
We're together. Yeah.
I'm not going to mention that. Yeah, like, but how it transitions is like once you start getting your foot in these nights, like doing the urban nights, I do a lot of dancehall Jamaican nights too, especially in Connecticut. And then, you know, Latin nights, whether it be at Elixir or Flow Lounge or Providence. Once you start doing these things, then when you come and do like a Sunday brunch at 222 or something like that, and you start to incorporate everything, people are like, yo, like, he's fucking vibing right now. Like, he's all over the place.
It's different. But
when people ask me, how do you get booked so much? I'm like, I do a lot of different shit, but I make it make sense. You can't just like 136 them bow to like a 60-something like money bag. Yo, you can get there, but you have to make it make sense. And don't forget, like I said, Boston's a college town. It's a melting pot. You know, you have Jamaicans, you have Haitians, Cape Verdean, Dominican, Puerto Rican, white, Italian, Irish. Like there's a lot of Italian and Irish in Boston too. So it's like what helped me a lot over like this. I've been reflecting a lot, bro. That's why when you said, yo, come in today, I'm like, yeah, I'm down for a podcast today. Like it's just like I've been reflecting a lot. Like there's a lot of bridges I burned that I should not have. A lot of people that I might have wronged with my words or my attitude, because I thought I was bigger than I was when I was first coming up, because I was booking 6 tables a night, because I had a promotional team. I had Cody Skeff, I had Bobby, I had all them working. Like, we were working together. Jordan, Boston Nights. Like, we were doing a bunch of different shit. Then I realized, like, once the dust kind of settled and I went on and did my own thing, people were like, yo, you're nasty, but, like, you're just a dickhead. And that's because of the way I came off. But you know me. I was a dickhead. And now I'm just like, like, fucking around type. But it bit me in the ass. So when people ask, like, yo, how do you stay so diverse and how do you get so many bookings? I tell them now, I'm like, yo, just watch your tongue and watch your tone and like what you say and what you play and where you play it. There's a lot of stuff like, you know, Hills is DJing this Thursday for Spin King. He's the opener. Huge booking for somebody like him who has prior JJP. Shout out to, you know, that DJ group I'm in. So it's like, that's a huge booking for him. And there's certain shit that he can't play because you know, whether it be Latin or anything, because Spin King gets a lot of money. He's talented, you feel me? So he's going to come in and do his thing. But at the end of the day, like, Hills is one person was like, yo, STAMZ, can you kind of like, I'm like, yeah, I got you. You know, we pulled up on him Cinco de Mayo. We're like, yo, do your thing, bro. Like, maybe do it like this. Maybe do this like that. Just, you know, little tips and tricks here and there. But you can see how an up-and-coming DJ might be like, yo, this is my time. I got to go crazy. And it's like, nah, bro, if you just expand your knowledge of music, because put it like this, I'm 29. These kids are 20, 21. They've only been exposed to the 2000s of music. Not like Wisin and Yandel in the 90s or like the early 99, like Illmatic, like that kind of stuff. Once you broaden that and put everything together, people take you a lot more seriously. Like, oh, I can book him for this, or I can book him for that,
right?
And he'll be able to play it. Like, old dance hall rings off in Boston, like bro, Beanie Man, Sim Sim will be like a golden primetime song in Boston. Connecticut, they'll throw tomatoes at you for that shit. Like Skilling Bung right now, like the new Cranium track, like that shit is crazy in Connecticut right now, you know. So me going there and playing the primetime Boston songs. A few DJs like my boy Mula, Shadyville DJ, and A-Will, and like that, they were like, yo, as a DJ, you're going crazy right now. But this, like, out here, we don't really play those. Like, the openers play these tracks. And I had got there late, so, like, you know, I was treating like Boston. I don't do that no more. I pull up on the opener now. I see what they're doing, because you can always pay it forward, you know? And just having that diversity in every single, like, genre really helped me, too. And then you mentioned the EDM. I was doing Down on Thursdays once a month, too. So I was doing that. And you know, once you blend it all together, and like, you know, me and you just started producing too, it helps. Everything helps. You learn different patterns, 808, drums, this and that. You just learn a bunch of shit, bro. It's I feel like right now people are in a mind state where the pandemic is kind of like, it's either you got with it or you got lost, and that was pretty much it. But the people that got with it could have been like younger kids or even older cats our age that never got that shot, that are like, yo, I can do this. And people are like, damn, we might have overlooked A, B, or C, and it's time. And you know what I mean? But when it comes to diversity, I'll say it. I think I'm the most diverse DJ in the city. I think I've always been that. Because people always come to me like, I would say me than you. Absolutely. Like from going up north and doing the Latin and then the Jamaican and then doing this and then doing Kareem's like soca night on Sundays, like once or twice a month, like just doing everything. And people are like, oh, that's Matt Smart Stamps. You're making Matt bread. Like, yeah, DJing's not free for me, you know, never was. But it's like at the same time, I'm meeting new people. I'm meeting new contacts. It's all about your image, bro. It's all about how many followers you got. So I'm meeting, you know, new followers, Jamaican followers, new Latin followers, new this, new EDM followers, and just new people. You never know who needs a DJ. Simple as that, you know? Never think like, one thing I want to come on here and say is like, I seen it a couple times this year and it really pissed me off with like the whole, yo, let me get your card. Nah, I'm good. I don't have a card. Like, bro, you never know who that's going to be. Like one thing I will never do ever again is a house party or a backyard party. I'll do a haul. I'll like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, yo, I want you. I want my baby shower. Let's get it. 6 hours. I'll pay you whatever you want. Like, I've seen you in the venue. I've seen you rock it. So they know my price is up there. I'll shoot them a number. They're like, cool. This is my address. I'm like, bro, it's not going to happen there. You get a haul, I'll shave off $100, $200. I'll bring the speakers. Just get a haul. You know what I'm saying? Like, get security at least.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yo, just because you know how it is, man. It's like, what the fuck am I doing over here? Like, it. And then it got to point to me, too, where I wasn't even pulling up on the openers. I was just showing up at 12 o'clock, drunk. I went to fucking Empire. I went to, what's that spot, man? It was a spot, Rock Bottom, across from
I used to go him.
That's a hidden gem. Bro, margaritas there, lobster tacos, fire. Go to Red Hat, take an Uber from Red Hat, bro. You know, Suffolk is Red Hat. You know what I'm saying?
Go Rams.
So, yeah, I mean, I come in like, yo, let's drop it. Like, I'm about to play my siren, play my drop and go crazy. And these kids have, like, been working in their bedroom 6 months and, like, yo, STAMZ, Snacks is coming. And it's like, what up, bro? Let me see your laptop. Beep, see ya. Like, it's like, I was like,
beat it.
Yeah, beat it. And I was like, oh, shit. And I was like, yo, I got to stop doing that, bro.
Yo,
like,
that's fucking hilarious.
people see the diversity and, like, yo, this kid's getting booked everywhere, but he's kind of an asshat. And I'm just like, yo, like, that's not like that. Trust me. And that's what I've been trying to do. Like, bro, I cannot tell you how tunnel vision I've been to just supporting the next man for the past like 8 to 9 months. Just like, you've seen it too, like little subtle hints of like our group chat. I'm like, yo, let's do this. Like, let's meet up. Let's do that. Just cause like even Cammy had his first booking at Karma. And that's like a fucking, he wears the Italian shirts at Karma. So it's like, yo, we gotta see. Surprised the shit out of me. He had dance hall where I was like, yo, who the fuck?
He studied.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he studied.
He studied.
And now he's breaking through it, and then now people are going
he's
like,
back
oh,
there already.
now we can use him. And now all of a sudden he's gonna do, you know, his stuff, you know,
for me and you that was easier
and stuff, and then he can also fucking shell at dance all night.
Exactly. And for me and you that was easier because we just got that one shot, a venue, whatever it was, Icon. I remember the first time we crushed it. He's back. I went down there, crushed it. I was back. Now Resonant. You know what I'm saying? You're on pace to be. I mean, you pretty much are Resonant anyway at those spots for each promoter, just like me. We have our normal stuff when it's normal. But diversity helps everything. And especially, I want to say this too, not even on this music DJ shit, in life, bro, to have an open mind and being diverse to different cultures and the languages and what people eat, how they react and mannerisms, is going to help you go really fucking far in life than be just an asshole and being like, oh, you want this kind of music? Yeah, I'll play a remix of it. Like, bro, no. Like, if someone says like, yo, I'm from Jamaica, I'm here for the night, whatever you can do, bro, I appreciate it. Here's $10. I'm like, yo, I don't want your $10. I'm good. I already got paid. Like, they paid me on the walk-in. I enjoy that shit. I'm going to play it. Even if someone's like, yo, if I'm ringing off a Jamaican night and some white boy's like, yo, you have any EDM? I might try. You know what I'm saying? Just, like, I'm here for one. Like, yo, someone's in your city for one night. Like, this is our city, bro. This ain't so-and-so city no more. It's our city now. like when people talk about Boston, I know I'm being talked about. I know you're being talked about. I know people are talking about other people in other lights, but I know they're like, yo, STAMZ, Snacks, Cisco, Hectic, JJP, like these are Rico, like these are the guys. Like we are the culture right now here. Getting our flowers, we deserve them, motherfuckers. You know? So it's like what happens is when I see somebody like, yo, I'm here for the weekend or I'm here for the night. Even if someone's like, yo, STAMZ, we want Dembo, and I'm at Tunnel, I'll be like, yo, bro, go check out my guy over here. Oh, we want to come see you. I'm like, yo, I appreciate that, man, but I want you to have a good time. And then I set him up at a table at this place, XYZ. It goes a long way. And I say that to say, like, I was never doing that. And also, like I said, if you just put the bullshit to the side and be a genuine good person and look out for just, no matter if this person has 400,000 or 416 followers, just look out for them, bro. They're going to follow you and they're going to help you. And you never know in life what connection you can make. I met people doing the craziest shit from, like, you don't even understand. Like, there's a kid that I met at the club. He's been helping me with cryptocurrency for the past, like, month and a half. I'm doing great with it. So it's like, it's just, you just never know. And like I said, like, just not even on a music shit, on some, like, real human, like, be a good human being. It costs nothing to do that. And we need it now more than ever. And I feel like DJs are, like, kind of ones that do push that. Like, everybody's equal. And, God's eyes or whatever you believe, it's like, now's the time to do it. And I feel like as DJs, we really took a lot of pressure off people. Like, dealing with, like, racism, fascism or sexism and whatever it is that you deal with on a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And then it's like, yo, you go to the club, you get to unwind. Like, you hear me in the microphone, like, yo, let's turn up. Everybody get fucked up. Everybody love everybody. Like, me and you say, like, some funny shit sometimes. That goes a long way, bro.
Yeah.
It does.
It helps them out.
It does. It really does.
Mm-hmm. And so over the last year and a half during COVID, what's something that you wanted to learn? And then what's something that you might have learned that you didn't expect to have learned?
100%. I'm even going to answer those two. I fucked up big time on the Twitch grind. You were on it. You said, STAMZ, what the hell are you doing? Get this, get that. But I was still DJing in Connecticut, so I was being a little, I was being a little prissy bitch. I was like, nah, I don't need it. I'm making money. Then all of a sudden, everything shut down, and I was like, Snatch got 26, 30 viewers in there. He's killing it. Little sub, little donation. I'm like, this motherfucker. I was like, I'm gonna just
say I'm usually the first on a lot of things.
No, absolutely, yeah. And then I got some children. Now it's kind of weird that now everybody has Twitch. It's funny. You definitely started out here, 100%. And I was like, yo. One thing I wanted to learn that I did, and I'm a maniac. When I like something, I just go all in for it. I got the desktop for, like, producing and Ableton and all that. Doing, like, remixes, flips, edits, even beats. It's so fucking hard though.
It's so hard.
But here and there. Flyers. Something that and that's one thing that I didn't think I would ever get into, because I just was like, yo, I don't have the time, but I had more time than everybody in the world. Being self-employed during the pandemic, and I was just like, the flyers. Everybody, your flyer game's crazy, bro. Your marketing's crazy. In my head, I'm like, yo, I've been doing that shit. Like, that's me, but I don't want to tell anybody. But that was one thing that I never thought I'd do. And then producing, I've always wanted to get into it. It was like, I'll be real. I was 50% laziness and 50% like, yo, I just DJ'd 5 nights in a row, two gigs on a Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. I just want to, like, unwind, get a pedicure, get a manicure, and just chill, bro. Like, I'm like, yo, let me go get a drink, some sushi, and chill. And then you blink and it's Thursday. And then guess what? You're booked Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's like, but being lazy, put your self-pride to the side and put an hour in the studio. And then, hour became 4, and then 4 became 8. And now I feel like I'm pretty well versed in it. I'm working on an album right now. I've told you, we'll announce it here. Like, I'm trying to put together, like, 3 or 4, like, real hard beats from either me or, like, a well-known producers in Boston and, like, surrounding cities, like Fab or 101 Beats or, somebody like that. And then, kind of do, like, a Khaled thing, kind of curate it. Because I seen this shit, like, a couple weeks ago. It was like, oh, I don't know if you guys know what Khaled does, but he's just a glorified curator of playlists and blah, blah, blah. And, like, say, Bieber has a song. It's a throwaway. They'll give it to Khaled, and he'll market it. You seen that, right? And I was just like, that's not at all what he does. He lived in his car and sold records and mixtapes and DJ'd his ass off. It can really scratch. So it's like, if that's what people looking at DJs are doing now, and then the end of that tweet, he was like, I want to see more people do it. LeBron James should do a place. I'm like, dude, fuck LeBron James. Like, the hell? He has more money than God. He has Clutch Sports. He has all this marketing stuff. Him and Maverick are killing it, you know? So, like, fuck him in a playlist. Like, let me and STAMZ do a playlist and do a beat and get a feature from, like, Moneybagg Yo on it with like a Millie's or a Cousin Stiz, and then, like, 4 or 5 songs like that. And that's just like, yo, shining light on what DJs can do, how we hear something, have an ear for it, and then as well as just taking different markets and splash them on a record. Like, he has Justin Bieber and 21 Savage on a record. That's kind of a splash of a market, even though Bieber loves to do that kind of shit. Like, he's not really like that. Like, he don't, like, his last album, there was like one hip-hop song. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's not really his market. But we can do that shit.
What did you think of Khaled's album?
I loved it. A lot of samples, and that's huge right now. Like, he pays attention every time he drops an album to what's going on in the culture. Like, if you notice, like, samples have, bro, every song is a sample now. Yeah. Like the G-Eazy track, crazy. Like, they're all
her record.
Yeah.
Is that the Dano one with Migos?
Yeah.
Or is that SZA? I know that they're both.
It's
on
her
the
and the
album,
Migos.
I forget which. Yeah.
And like, they're all samples, and he has that clout and the potential to get them shits cleared, because now that I'm producing stuff, that shit costs a lot of money to get it cleared.
He got one crazy sample cleared, that
the Shawty Low one. Well,
no, it was like a big American band, or it wasn't Michael. It was like somewhere where I was like, yo, he had to have had crazy pull to got this shit cleared. I forgot what it was. I'm gonna think of it randomly later. Be tight, but but to your point, he does have the clout to be able to get this shit.
You know, and then I've been working on that. I want to do like a 4 or 5 song EP for that, and then I also I'm working on just a solo house track by myself. I'm gonna lay down the whole foundation for it. I'm gonna find like someone that nobody knows to just sing over it. Maybe even Allison, to be honest. She can sing. It's crazy. She can do a lot of shit.
Allison can do everything.
Yeah, pretty much. She can just do open heart surgery. She wants to DJ now. Teach her how to DJ the right way, and then she can sing too. She used to sing when she was in high school. Just have somebody to do vocals over it, because like, yo, that whole Spotify house market is a market that a lot of people are very scared to get into. And there's a few tracks that I know people that put them out and they're garbage and they're like top 10. And I'm like, yo, I could lay some shit down, you know?
Yeah.
And again, that ties back into diversity of knowing like Bali funk or dembo, or how this shit hits and this doesn't. And you know, it's just, man, I got my hand in a lot of shit right now. I'm just trying to stay as busy as I can. Cause I'm at that point where a lot of the guys I learned from are like, dude, I'm getting old. I'm like, yo, let's grab a drink. Like, dude, fuck that. I have 3 kids and I have this and that. And I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, I'm about to be there in like 5-6 years. So I have to be like youthful. I have to have the energy. Like, you seen it, bro. I was gaining weight. I gained a lot of weight. I wouldn't say I was depressed, because I don't mess around with that kind of stuff, because like, that's a serious issue. I'm not gonna say I have one, but people really have it. But I wasn't in the right state of mind right before the pandemic. I thought I was on top. I was eating like shit. I wasn't working out. I wasn't like, I meditate now. I take like an hour to myself a day to just kind of like just reset. And you are up at 7 a.m. fucking running 5Ks. So, you know, like but we need it. A lot of DJs don't tap into their health, and it's really going to hurt them in the long run. And it all affects, everything we do affects with our mental. Like, I was having a talk with one of these doctors, and he was like, yo, you don't understand how much dopamine is released when you're DJing. Like, you think you're sweating.
I like blackout from like adrenaline.
You go to like a different a ethereal plateau.
I mean, you see some DJs where like they're fucking rocking out like they're alone, but it's because like they're so locked in that like they don't.
I see you go there all the time.
I get there really easily.
And then you be like, yo, let's go. Like, I'm like, I word. But we think, and I just learned this. Like, this is like a fresh on my mind. Like, I was like, yo, I got mad cardio. I'm like, nah, like, bro, we're having panic attacks. Like, we're having like a nonstop anxiety attack for 3 hours straight. Yeah. That's what it is. Like, my heart rate is mad high. On my Apple Watch, I'm like, oh shit.
Dude, back like, I have my Apple Watch for years now. Like when we were like DJing like OD, like how we were, like where Saturday morning I'd be running, and then like I'm walking around doing errands and shit, and then dinner and then straight to DJing for
tell
4
you to
hours.
chill.
Like my fucking watch would be crazy, like insane, like just nonstop.
And
like,
it thinks it's steps because of your
up.
heart,
Yeah,
but it's not. Like you're having a fucking anxiety attack for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like dopamine is like you're performing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why a lot of like Bieber and like you know, Demi Lovato and like a lot of these like Ariana like I'm talking big fucking stars, like grade A celebrities. That's why people they went crazy. Like nah, bro, they just trying to fucking chill. Like that shit catch up to you. Like picture me and you going to a venue and getting like fucking $10,000 a set. It's not even venue, like the Comcast Center, and doing like a DJ show, right? Doing that, getting on a plane, going to Vegas, doing that, and then each morning you fucking waking up, you know, you're like, oh, what the fuck? You get some breakfast and you go outside, all these cameras, people, oh my God. Like, bro, that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
And it's literally, this doctor was like, dude, it's like being a self-employed musician, no matter what it is. I don't care if you play the fucking flute. Like, if you're nasty at it and you're getting that dopamine effect, it's an anxiety attack non-stop.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, bro, a lot of DJs die from heart conditions. I don't know if you noticed that. A lot of them die like heart attack or diabetes or like just not taking care of their bodies. And it's very important. That's why I love when me and you get fucking wrecked, and then you're like, "Yo, who's running with me today?" I'm like, "Yo, fuck you!" And nobody, you're running by yourself.
I did it on purpose this past weekend because I know everyone.
Yeah.
We all did something the night before, and that's why 8 a.m. I was up. I was like, "Who's working out?"
Yeah.
Cammy was like, "LOL."
I wake up with like a dry ass mouth, like, and I'll turn over and you're just jumping rope on Instagram. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I'm like, it's 8 a.m, but it's so dope that you do that. I'm so happy you do that, and I need to get better with that. Like. It's crazy, man. Like people look like at what we do outside looking in, like, oh, like I want to do that, and I'm like, bro, do you like do you really want to do this?
It is
different levels to this.
It is like I've gained so much weight over the last few years just because as someone who works out a lot, but like you know I love to eat and then I'm out eating every night, and then I love to drink and I'm out drinking every night. Like
same with me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like obviously you know they always say you can't outwork a bad diet or whatever, and like. I don't really eat fast food like that. Like I'm not like a McDonald's, Burger King type guy, but like I love food. Like I'll eat a lot of it.
Yeah,
if you put it in front of me.
You know
You know
the
what I
same.
mean?
Like,
so
you know.
yeah, like, and that's just the fact of the matter. You know what I mean? And like first 3 months of like COVID, like when we didn't know what the fuck was going on, like I lost like 15 pounds because I was just at home.
Yeah,
like,
I lost hella weight too.
I lost mad weight, gained it all back. Like, but it's just. I mean, it's indulgence. Like I have a big indulgence problem. No, I'm being serious. Like, if I can get a lot of something, like I love it. You know what I mean? Like I love to indulge in it. And so that's just kind of like how it's lived. But like, I try and balance it. You know what I mean? Like I've always loved to work out. I've always been competitive. Like I.
It's a competitive.
Yeah.
I know for you, it's a competitive drive, streak thing for you.
Yeah, like I need to just like let it out. Like I used to.
You
play
feel way more calm and
and
relaxed when you do it.
Yeah.
For like the rest of the day.
Like if I'm ever injured and I can't do shit, I get all mad antsy.
Yeah, you're like me. You can't be complacent in one place for a while.
Yeah.
Like in your room, like every time I call you, like, yo, I'm doing something. Like you're like either on the computer or searching something or a new song or this or that. And that's how I am when I'm home. That's why having a job was kind of weird. I was like, my phone would like the last 2 weeks at my job when shit started to open up. I was like, my phone was like, yo, STAMZ, I need you for this night. I need you for this. Can you do a track for this? A drop for. I was like, yo, my phone's going crazy. I really don't want to like set that example. Like, oh shit, like STAMZ on his phone. We can be on our phone. Like, nah, chill. Like the young kids can't be on their phones. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was like, damn, I kind of got to step back and be like, yo, I'm back to being like DJ STAMZ now. Yeah. It's not like Nick.
I remember when right before COVID, I was in office and working and shit. Like, yeah, like you would get, you know how it is. Monday, Tuesday, you're getting your bookings for the next week. You know what I mean?
Maybe even 2 weeks.
Yeah. So like, but that's when it happens. Like no one's booking you on a Saturday night because they're all busy doing their night. You know what I mean? So it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Those are like booking days. So I'll be like at work, fully at work, in an office, and my phone's blowing up.
Yeah,
from
exactly.
People, hey, so like I want to do this. Like, what do you think of this? How much are you for this? Whatever. And I'm like, fuck. Like my boss is right next to me. Whatever. But I don't want to let this sit. You know what I'm saying? And then Friday night or Thursday, Friday, people are trying to hit you up for tables, guest list. Like, so there's like this crazy thing where like I'd be like, my phone's fucking going off.
I love you said that too.
And I'm like in office like as Jeremy, and I'm like,
I can't. Yeah,
and I'll go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom mad
damn,
times.
If I don't
like,
answer, they're gonna book somebody else.
Exactly.
Because that's kind of how it is.
It is how it is.
Because they want to get the flyers done within that same day, and then boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
But it's funny you say that because I remember like, when I was first in Boston, I'd be there like Dimitri would tell you. I used to give Dimitri headaches, and like Jeff, like Storyville. I was Storyville like on like a Saturday or Friday. I'd be like, yo, who do you guys have next week? Like, bro, I don't fucking know. It's Friday night. Like,
I'm
I have
not worried
like
about that
6
right
tables
now.
outside, and like,
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
like, I'm off. They're like, good for you. Like, we'll talk. And then Monday they'd be like, yo, you still off? I'm like, yeah. And like, all right, cool. Just like, I had to get into the habit of like,
and that's what new DJs don't.
Yeah.
They think it's like
exactly.
when I'm there on Saturday, it's like no, they're worried about the tables that are outside, the celebrity that's coming in, like not dying, like
exactly. It's like a lot of new guys would be like, yo, like, STAMZ, I did what you told me to do. I went and shook the owner's hand, and I spent some money, and I you know, I shook hands, and I met this person, this promoter. I'm like, and I asked them, but they said they'll talk to me. I'm like, bro, that's good, but you're not gonna get booked on the spot like that because
no way.
It's just that's not how anything in nightlife really like essentially works like that.
Right.
It's just really funny, bro. Just like how far Boston has came. Like having these conversations with you like daily. It's like when I was like 18, 19, going to like Rumor on Tuesday, like Hectic was spinning Case, Sticks, and like they weren't allowed to play hip hop. Like Afrobeats wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
Like dance hall parties, like they had their dance hall parties, but it was never in downtown Boston. Like an Elks Club or like a Loge, and like they'd still pack that fucking thing wall to wall.
Like the Y.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like that was like a party where like you would look forward to, like, yo, like I can bring my own liquor to this and get like this is crazy. And now it's like it's a whole 360 culture with like TikTok and Instagram, and just like songs are like literally 2 minutes long. Like it's a verse, a hook, and it's just these beats. Like T-Pain said, he's like, yo, these producers need their flowers. And I thought about it. I'm like, damn.
It's true.
Like,
people just
when
like
I heard Tafe Keys drop, I'm like, yo, it's gonna be
Take Keith. Yeah.
like, yo, it's gonna be a slapper. And I was like,
but
word.
yeah, especially the TikTok songs, because like even the remixes or like the blends that come out that go pop. I'm like, yo, it's the producer that made it. You know what I mean?
And the blends too, like we've been doing that live on turntables in the club, you know. And I feel like TikTok is a blessing and a curse. A lot of people blowing up with like the blends and stuff. Where like I'm noticing, I'll do them more at parties now. People like, oh, that's sick. People
being more aware.
People
of
realize what it is now, which is dope.
I agree.
But it's only like, what is it, like 60, 35, 40 seconds long.
Yeah, dude.
So it's like
once you're out of like the TikTok moment, they're like, oh, I don't know the rest of the song.
Yeah.
I've heard this a million times, but I don't know the rest of it.
And another bad part is like a lot of white girls will come and like request that shit and do the dance, and then it's like, okay, on to the next one. Like, bro, we're at a 3-hour event. Like, exactly. I'm not gonna play like
I can't.
I can play 30 seconds of each song, but people are gonna be like, yo, what the hell are you doing? Because it's another thing too. Like me and you have a very uptown style, and Boston's like that, where it's like,
we do.
Boom, 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 intro, boom, boom, like, and then like other markets like really want to hear like you have to play joint. JT's verse and her verse comes third, or you have to know.
That's like West Coast. West Coast, they play their songs out.
Yeah. Like when I was in Long Beach, like last month, we went out, and we went out like a couple nights, and they literally play Snoop Dogg's song when he's like LBC and then the double G. So like when they play that song, people get fucking hype. Like each DJ, so I went out 3 separate occasions to a bar, 3 different nights. Spanish, really black, and then like high class, like steakhouse type vibe, but it was like a sushi. They played that song. This is like a dembow night, a hip hop Jamaican night, and then like a Zuma type vibe. They still play that. Like they play that song, and like you wouldn't know. Like I wouldn't know if I got booked in Long Beach to play that shit, and they'd probably be like, "Yo, bro, you didn't play that. You're trash." You know what I mean? So it's just like, and Boston has that market where we can move quick here, and like in and out of tracks, and TikTok is kind of helping that in a way. But then you have the old heads who are like, yo, what are you doing? Like, I want to hear this, I want to hear that. But you know, me and you can adapt. Like 80% of DJs out here can adapt to like different times. Like, I seen your snap from Savor, like it's rocking in there, but people are sitting down. Like it's what's the word? Like disheartening kind of, because you're like, yo, I'm fucking laying it down right now. And you can see these people want to get up and shake their ass. Guys want to go up and like throw money, go to the bar, get it. And like, they want to spend more money, but you just can't right now. And that goes back to what we're saying about like how, you know, Boston is 2 weeks behind everything. And Motherfuckers like me and you have to drive 45 minutes to get the bag and to have an actual good time at an event. It just sucks, man. It really sucks more for the younger DJs that are asking us all the questions and we have the answers, but it's like, yo, I can't show you right now. Like it's not. And then they're getting their first like big time gigs and they're laying down crazy sets and people have to sit down. So it's like,
yeah, it's a tough time.
Do I really want to do this?
DJ
And I'm
right
like,
now.
yo, like don't give up on it. You know what I mean?
It's tough. I forget about that a lot. Where like it was already hard enough to get on the scene as it is, and then take away 80% of the possible parties you could do.
Yeah.
On top of that, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that obviously before COVID, the DJ market was crazy saturated? Do you think it'll be as saturated, more saturated, or less saturated?
I think. All right, now I'm gonna speak to you. No, all bets are off for me this year. Like for the next 2 years, I'm looking to just solidify myself everywhere. So I'm gonna tell like it is. I'll just leave that disclaimer for the rest of the episode if we get into the DJ topic. Right now, I feel like it's oversaturated with people who suck. There's a lot of young DJs who just bought the controller and was like, yo, I DJ here on this night and my boy's a promoter, so I'm good. And I'm just like, you're good to come, but you're ass, my dude. Like you're not. Even females, bro. STAMZ loves the girls. Everybody knows that. Girls love me. Girls spend a lot of money in my events. You too. We play a lot of music. We don't play stand around future
first,
vibes.
Ladies first
we,
DJs.
we play ladies first vibes.
Yep.
A lot of Pretty Ricky type shit.
Yep.
Remixes. And girls want to come to our nights. A lot of girls will be like, yo, I'm coming with 6 of my girls buying a table. Just 6 girls.
Yeah.
Going down for bottles.
Ask Amara,
You
the last
and me.
2 events,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
only booked tables full of girls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, when a female DJ comes in, I'm like, yo, I don't care if you're a female or a guy. If you're not good, I'm going to tell you, like, yo, you need to work on this. And I'm not saying it as, like, STAMZ being that guy again.
Yeah.
I'm saying it as, like, yo, I see you can do it, and you can rock, and you can hold your own. Just work on this, and you'll be straight. But you shouldn't be here right now. Because there's young DJs that maybe you're 1 year and you're like a year and a half, that they deserve that shot to be in there. But it's so oversaturated. I think before COVID, it was super oversaturated, but you couldn't fake the funk. Because you have people like me and you in the club every night shutting shit down. And then, like, the energy of a room can really shift once you get on that microphone.
You don't want to go after me.
No, with energy. Absolutely not.
You don't want to go after
I
me.
tell everybody
You know what
that. I'm like,
saying?
yo, listen, once I put my microphone voice on and, like, STAMZ comes out and my drops and, like,
the drop.
my dub plates and all this shit,
Yeah.
it's a whole different
But that's
energy
that's
vibe.
why when we play together, it's like I don't have to worry about that.
No, of course
You know
not.
what I mean?
If we play together, I'm like, yo,
anything,
I'm
we
getting
elevate.
fucked
We
up
elevate.
tonight.
We elevate. Yeah.
Everything's all set. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you do something, and I'll be like, all right, this Snacks is trying to be an asshole. Now I got to do this.
Yeah.
And
There
then
was that one night or day at 222 where like people were literally like, how are you responding? Like, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like
It
me
was
and you were going back and
Yeah.
forth, and like people were like, "Oh no, STAMZ has this," and I'm like, "No, stop it, stop."
And
it,
that was
stop
just
it.
me, and you came by, and
Is that what it was?
And you joined me, and then Kareem was like, "Yo, the next
Yeah,
2 weeks
y'all two together, yeah,
for the next 3 weeks in a
And
row."
I was, I told, I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, I've been telling you this for so long because he would always put me and Tunes together, and then you and Storms together, and you and Storm together.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, which
It's
is
obvious.
which
Yeah.
which
Those
is
are good bookings.
which are good booking, which
Yeah.
are good duos. But I'm like, it should be them two together and me and STAMZ together, like. And he finally saw it. He was
People
like,
don't know how me and you just hit it off and just clicked, and me and you were like, "Yo, we work well together."
Yeah.
Like it's very, very, very hard to go back to back with a DJ
with another DJ. Yeah.
in like an uptown style. Like your song's ready, cool, boom. Now my song's ready, and I can just cut it, and we both can cut. Both can rock the microphone too, so we can move in and out of
it
songs.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
You have a DJ, so let's just go back to this oversaturation real quick because people know me and you give it up. This ain't about us. People, when you introduced me in the podcast fucking 58 minutes ago, they knew what time it was. Let's not be stupid.
Yeah.
Like people been giving been like, yo, STAMZ, I'm giving you your flowers, man. Like you've been a voice in this shit for a while. Start acting like it. Don't act like the old STAMZ, but so now I've been kind of like the humble brag in a way. So like you put a DJ in front of me from 10 to 12, and I do 12 to 2 on a regular night, right?
They give you an opener.
I'm like, yo, listen, nice to meet you if I haven't met you, or yo, nice to work with you again. Last time this happened, let's not do that. Or last time this happened, let's do it again. Or if it's I'm like, yo, 10 to 12, I'll be there, at 11:30, 11:45. Do you, bro? there is so much fucking music.
Yeah.
There's 2021 years of music, bro.
Right.
Use it.
Absolutely.
Like, don't think like I have to play this because I'm the opener. I'm getting my shot. Like, nah. If you're on the fucking flyer with me, you're getting a shot. If you're opening up for Snacks or a big name in Boston, you're already getting that shot because our night is gonna be a layup. Now, thankfully, I've done Bijou for 4 people. I've done it for 400 people. But we worked our ass off to get to where we're at. So I say that to say this. It's like, if I come there, pop up, if I'm like, yo, I'm going right now at 10:30, I'd pop up, and I'm just like listening. And I like what I hear. I have the power to be like, yo, Dimitri, that kid at Tunnel was very solid. I like him as an opener. I think within the next 6-7 months, he could be on the bill. I'm not going to brag, bro. I got a lot of people on Tunnel Tuesdays who were never doing it before that had opened for me. Or Jeff was like, yo, I want to try this kid, blah, blah, blah. Let me know what you think. Honest opinion. And I'll be like, yo, heck, that kid that was there with you tonight, I was there before you got there. And then I'm like, yo, he was good. Or, yo, Cisco, he was good. Or I'll be like, yo, they're not ready yet. I've got people bookings just off that alone. So when it comes to energy, no one wants to see any of us with energy. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, I'm going to walk in. I'm not even going to blend in. I'm going to cut the music and be like, yo, and when I put
he's done.
He's
done.
Yeah, like,
and I'm
here.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I tell DJs, I'm like, yo, bro, do you like rock the mic, play your music, like, because if you have energy before me, it's only gonna help the club make more money. People don't understand the whole. People think BPM is to match songs. That's beats per minute. That's your heart rate, bro. The higher it is, you sweat more, you spend more money at the bar, you do shots, you do this, tequila. There's a whole science to this shit, bro, and you learn it over the years. And openers are just coming in thinking, like, it's my time to rock. And, like, they're mad shook. I'm like, bro, just relax.
I'm going to play the top 20 joints and, like...
That's cool. You can do that. I'm going to play it again, but I'm going to get a different reaction when I play it than when you played it because...
They weren't ready yet.
Yeah, the room isn't there. Simple as that.
If I hear, like, Up at 10:45, I'm like, Jesus Christ, relax.
By Cardi B?
Yeah.
Play that shit. That to me, that's just old now. But
what I'm saying is, energy-wise, though, like...
of course,
I'm like,
it's
yo,
not
fucking
there
relax.
Yeah,
like, Cardi B's shouting at me and shit. You know what I mean?
The room isn't there. You still got people in line getting pat down, paying cover.
Yeah.
So, the energy question is just something that Boston was lacking. I'm going to tell you right now. There was times where I would go into certain clubs, and I'm not going to name them because I still work with them, and I'm mad cool with them, and we've hashed it out over the years with the microphone thing in Boston. Like, bro, don't talk on the microphone. I'm like, why? Oh, well, you're talking over songs. I'm like, I'm not, like, literally talking like this, like, oh, blah, 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 like over a song. I'm saying, like, yo, so let's talk about it. Boom. I'm a fat ass. Boom, boom, boom. I'm in and out of songs, but I'm not doing that every song. Maybe every, like, 4 or 5. We're just rocking out. So... Why in a huge market like Boston that's not allowed? Because it's black, bro. Like, don't sugarcoat that shit.
Yeah, it's culture. It's part of
It's
that
a black
culture
DJ thing.
Yeah.
It's a selected type DJ thing. So if you don't want it, just say that you don't want it. Don't be like, oh, just don't. Nah, I'm not gonna tone it down. I'm not gonna dim my light because they'll be like, yo, I was here from X, Y, and Z, or I'm visiting from here, or I never been to venue before and I lived here for years, and I had a great fucking time. Like. He reminded me of when I was in college. Bro, you get that a lot, too, because I talk about it. Yo, I went to school down south. You reminded me of school, bro, with my Kappas, my news, and, like, yo, I love that shit, bro. I love when someone's like, yo, you gave me an out-of-town feel. Yep. That's what I aim for, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you fucked with it here? When you come here again, come see me. I got you. Or if I'm off, I'll bring you out. If the vibe was, like, that cool where I was like, I can trust this person. Not to be a weirdo if I bring them out somewhere, you know? And open DJ just can't provide that. And the saturation before COVID, it was just too much where promoters that I love, bro, they'll book 4 DJs. Like, that's cool. You got 4 DJs, 10 to 11, 12, 12 to 1, 2. Everybody's getting $200, $150. Like, that's fine. I mean, if you want that, that's cool. When you book me, scratch all of them. I'll do the whole night. Give me 600. Give me 700. Why do I get that? Oh, well, we do 400. I'm going to get 6. And I want you to post a flyer, table, reservation, table. And this is before you needed a table to come to the club. The numbers don't lie, bro. Like, Fingers taught me this. I'll shut him out because he deserved a shout out. Like, he's like, yo, I want you to go to these places and I want you to look around and compare the bar. Like, the end of the night when the bar check gets like, yo, we made this X amount of dollars, compare your shit to other DJs. Because it's a science. I never thought about that. He said to me like 3 years ago, and ever since then, I've been kind of building on our conversation we had. We talk every day. He might chew me out. we might argue, but we talk a lot about the culture and how to get it where me and you talk about where it needs to go. But the saturation, I feel like the pandemic really kind of just, if you weren't taking it serious, you're done now because you had to get by doing something. And if DJing wasn't it for you, my man or my girl, that wasn't it. But then you have kids that took the time in the pandemic and might have got some stuff, and now they got a little bit of clout, and they're just not good DJs, bro. I'm not gonna name them, but I just worked with one a couple weeks ago, and they're just not good DJs. And it's just like, it's just, it's I don't know how to say it in a like, cause bro, I have no hate in my blood, you know that. I'm the nicest person in the world. I'm easy to work with, but I take this shit very seriously, because when I was coming up, there was, and when me and you would come up, there's a formula to follow. You have to carry this person's crates. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to open for fucking drink tickets just to be like, okay, STAMZ is maybe ready. Then you keep doing that bullshit for years. Yep. Then you get a shot, and you better not fuck up that shot, bro. Mm-hmm. The first time I ever DJ'd at Rumor, before it was Jeff was like, yo, you're my boy. I'm going to give you a shot. If you fuck it up, it's on you. If you kill it, it's also on you. Choose wisely. That's where I went into Rumor. I opened. I didn't step out of my boundaries, but I used my musical knowledge where I'm like, yo, this song's going to ring off. And it was for Hectic. I'm like, Hec's not going to play this. But he would know, but, oh, yeah, like, good choice. I'm closing, so I'm not going to play that, you know? People were like, yo, all right, STAMZ kind of got it. And then that was like 2000 and like, I want to say like 16. Then like 17 was big. Then came like the promotional company like Causeway. Then we had Greatest Bar. Then I met Valentino. Then I got Storyville. You know? And then I've known Aleko my whole life and Bijou. Then me and Waleed became close. Then me and Alex Williams became close. Alex Williams was doing fucking Hurricanes. I'm not, like, back in the day, we were doing that when I was at Suffolk. I was selling it out for him, you know? Just because, you know, being in college, everyone wants to go out. So that's a whole different vibe. Like, I had to go through the trenches. DJs now can buy a SB or an SZ or even turntables, get everything they need, and their boy might be a promoter and be like, yo, I'm bringing Young Jeezy to Atlanta next week, and this kid's opening. And this DJ's headlining. I'm like, bro, he just opened for me at Karma. Like, how does that make sense? Not that I want that booking. I don't care, bro. Like, take the booking. However, I know if I got that booking, it would open a lot of different doors for me.
I'm following you now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so you put Snacks to open up for Mookie, the kid who sings Track Star. You do a show for him. You never know how bad his DJ is going to be. It could be his fucking cousin. And he could be like, yo, I'm trying to get rid of this kid.
Yeah, yeah.
The 24K situation that you were in. So, like, you never know. And then doing shows like that, any show you do with an artist, I tell DJs all the time, bro, if you're getting shit money, just take it. You're going to meet somebody. And these people think that you're with them on tour. They follow you. You get like 100 followers. And then you do enough shit and you kill it, people are going to stay following you. Yeah. It's all about your brand, bro. I cannot stress enough that marketing is the biggest thing in the world right now. It's the biggest thing in the world. Like, I only have, like, I think, like, 5. I lost 2,000 followers because of, like, ghost shit on Instagram. I didn't even buy the motherfuckers. They were just following me because of all the hashtags. Instagram wiped it out. So now I'm back to, like, almost 4. When I was at 6, I was like, fuck, now I got to, you know what I'm saying? And people literally sometimes only book you because of that. And it's a sad situation because when I was coming up, like, we had Ocean Club, yo. Like, Dirty Deck was fucking up Ocean Club before he had a long-ass beard. Like, when he had a little beard like mine. Like, he'll hear that and start laughing. Like, he was fucking up Ocean Club, bro. He posted a video the other day. It was just, nobody was on their phone. Everybody had fucking Nikon cameras, bro. And was like, recording him. And, like, people were, like, literally dancing, like, sweating. That you still get that here and there. But being a DJ now, they're never going to experience what, like, me and you got to experience. And it's sad, but it hurts the culture more than anything to just do what they're doing. But in long story short, to like just bluntly answer your question, I think it was oversaturated. I think now it's gonna be better because there's no more faking the funk now. Because now, unfortunately, like, so I'll keep it real. I'm doing Savor, the one that you just did, in a couple weeks on a Friday. I'm not getting anywhere close to what I would normally get at Savoy or that area. Amiro's my fucking boy, so I'm obviously gonna do it. I want the booking. I want to see familiar faces because I haven't seen my Boston friends that from Dorchester, Mattapan, Roxbury, Suffolk County, that area. Even my friends from like Waltham, Lynn, like that. I haven't really seen them because I've been up north. So I want to do it. I'm grateful for the booking too. I want to go in there and I want to show that crowd like, oh yeah, like Snacks and STAMZ, like this is what it's supposed to sound like. This is the vibe I'm supposed to get, rather than smashing songs together and just doing it because a $200 booking for you was like, oh yeah, like I made it. Like, nah, bro, like, and it just sucks that a lot of DJs they're coming up in the pandemic. So I salute them, but at the same time, like, don't ever forget how we started this shit, like what we had to go through. It was a very long road for me to get where I'm at. Like I said in the beginning, I burned a lot of bridges that I should not have. There's bars to this day that even lounges that I still want to do, and I just haven't. I burned those bridges, bro, just because I was like, oh, I'm doing my own thing. I don't need it. But you're always gonna need it, bro, and that's just what it is. I'm sure like a few places that you're like, fuck, I wish I kind of didn't really do it like that. But you live and you learn, New opportunities are always gonna come for guys like me and you. But they're not gonna come for some of the younger guys, and they have to realize that now. They can't just wear the Stan Smith looking Alexander McQueens and their chains and have 10,000 followers and suck. Like you can't do that because it's gonna catch up to you. I mean, it caught up to a couple DJs. I think it was the big conversation a couple weeks ago with Fingers and the whole thing where somebody went after him and people were like, yo, that music was fucking trash. It was horrible. Fingers is not like that. But he was like, yo, I have to come out and uphold my image. I have an image and a brand. And I was like, yo, I got off at this time, and all the complaints came after this time. In anything you do, if you're a fucking cook and you worked a 10 to 12 shift and someone got food poisoning at 1, it ain't you, bro. It wasn't me. I was giving out 5-star meals during that time. It's anything you do, you have an image to uphold. I'm not saying just music, a DJ, musician, a cook, fucking a nurse, bro. You do anything. You want to be the best at what you want to be. And I feel like we as DJs don't think like, bro, every market is saturated with that kind of shit. Like, Allison's going to be a dermatologist. She officially became a dermatologist today, like a medical fucking degree, a doctorate. So it's like, you got dermatologists that are just faking the funk, doing like the TikTok dances and like, oh, do your skin like this. And they got like mad followers. They're getting brand deals from L'Oreal, Sephora, Ulta. When Allison got shit in the bag that I've seen her in the lab, like in the fucking lab working on, I'm like, yo, that's going to change somebody's life. I can't really discuss it because there's like, she has like lawyers and her legal shit. She'll kick my ass when I get home. She hears it. But like, that's kind of a saturation thing. Yeah, that's like me and you being like, why is this person DJing this for Moneybagg Yo or Little Baby when I just heard him and he's trash because he does all the extra shit. But bro, that's just gonna fade out someday, and the rail's gonna remain. That talent you can never. Who says talent over image? That's Hypertones, right?
That's Hypertones. Yeah,
I love that. I fucking love that. I know much Ross Beans, but
which is crazy because that was before my time. So yeah, people would call him that, and I'm like, huh? And he used to have dreads, right?
Oh.
Am I making that up?
I mean, kinda. I don't know. I can't remember.
He had different hair. I know he looked different. Shout out Hypertones. We just switching gears here. We have a little segment. I don't know if you've heard recently. When we have DJs on, where we pretty much set you up in a setting, in like an event setting. And you kind of just let us know how
on the other one
how you would approach the event. So we're gonna give you one, or we might give you a couple. Who knows? So let me see. The event is. It's I had one in my head earlier. Okay, you know what? It's opening night of Boston.
Like after COVID?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's opening night. The first weekend when Boston can be open, and everyone's been waiting for this day. Social media's been going crazy. You're playing venue, sold out. Mm-hmm. Or you're expecting it. I mean, every table sold out. It's the first weekend back. How are you approaching the night?
Very simple, bro. I just know that I'm gonna have to bounce around a lot. I don't want an opener. I do not want an opener. That's That's like a night where you don't want to do that. You want to curate that vibe from beginning song to the last song of the night. You want to curate your own vibe. That's not like a well-oiled machine where you've been in the club 4 or 5 months. It's not like that. So I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna set an opening vibe, and then, bro, I'm just gonna read the fucking room because it's gonna be a lot of new faces, bro. And
A lot of new faces.
I don't think everybody's ready for that. It's a lot of new faces where.
But what's the state of music? Are you playing the stuff that happened over the pandemic, stuff that just came out?
You gotta understand, bro. Songs that came out during the pandemic, people haven't experienced yet.
That's what I'm saying.
So Pop Smoke might be played out to me or you. I mean, R.I.P. the homie, like he's nasty. But I mean, we're playing it a lot. But there's people, you're saying venue in Boston, these people might have been like, yo, I lost a relative to COVID. I'm not going out, bro. Until, boom, that one night they go out, they're ready to get fucking crazy. So they're paying that cover. They got the PPP money and all the unemployment money. I'm going to take it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get them drunk. I'm going to have a good time. I'm playing songs that came out pre-pandemic, during the pandemic, and what's hot now. You'd be remiss not to, bro, because you haven't got to experience that Pop Smoke album in like a club setting, no mask, like regular setting, or even like a lot of projects like Lil Baby's project, that, like his first one that came out, his BLM project, like that era, which was like right before the pandemic started, you know, when everything was like starting up going on. So I treat it like that, bro, and just get busy. Like, I know I'm gonna get busy. Like, one thing I've never done, and I don't really plan on doing unless it's like a festival like we did on Twitch, is pre-making my set.
Right.
I don't like doing that because then I have this weird anxiety where I have to stay to it. I might prepare like new songs that I downloaded that day.
Yeah.
Just so because I mean, like, I don't have them queued up or anything like that, and like I haven't heard them yet. Like if it came out that day or like the night before, just so I don't forget to play them because they're not in my rotation.
Right.
But I always just go in like I'm gonna go balls to the walls, you know. But I'm playing, bro, everything. Like, bro, I touch every genre when I go. Like, and when I start to go, I go. Like, I don't hold back for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And 9% of the time, people like it. There's one of the people who are like, yo, you move way too fast, and you were killing hip hop. Then you went to dance hall, and I don't know what they're saying. I'm like, bro, that's on you. Being a white boy from Wellesley, like, be cultured. You feel me? Like you weren't dancing, but I had girls going crazy, and that girl was like, yo, I'm coming back when you're here. I've been in the house for a year and a half. I had a great time. Thank you so much. Like, I know I'm gonna hear that. Like, I'm not being cocky. I'm stating what's gonna happen. Like, that first weekend, people are gonna go anywhere and everywhere. Like, if you were going to venue, you're gonna go to venue. If you're going to Bijou, you're gonna. But if you can't get in, you're gonna go somewhere else. Like, it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's as simple as that. Like, I know if I was to ask you the same question, you're gonna go in there and you're gonna fucking lay shit down, and you're gonna be even more stoked than me because you haven't got to like experience it. Like, you've been doing the, like, everybody sitting down six feet apart. I've been blessed to do like a few in New York and a few in Connecticut where like people are just up, like club environment. They're not clubs per se, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that's a scenario that you gave me that honestly, it's probably a pretty real scenario. To be honest, it's probably gonna happen.
It's probably gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, opening night. I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't be there with Heck or me or you and Heck or me, you and Cisco, something like that going on. We'll see how it plays out. I'm gonna be downtown opening night. I'm gonna be somewhere. It all depends on like who's left. Like it like sadly, like I hate to say it like that, like such, like it skews me out, like gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like who can really afford to like have a night? It sucks. It really sucks.
Mm-hmm. I want to take the topic before we wrap. And we touched on it a little bit earlier with you being white.
Yeah.
And something that you have been called before is a culture vulture.
Yeah.
And
a few times.
Yeah, and you know, I think it's something that comes with being white, just in general, within the climate of just the world.
It's definitely because I know where you're gonna go. I'm just gonna answer. It's like it's the climate of like what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
To me, racism, I've seen it my whole 29 years of life, bro. I didn't grow up in a white neighborhood. You know that. I don't really have white friends. You also know that. I have a couple, like my friends that like, you know, like I grew up with. And you know, I just I'm not saying like single mom, 2 kids, like she worked her ass off. Like I wasn't like living poor. Like when I wanted something, you know, she'd go out of her way to get it for me. But I understand the struggle and like what people had to do. Like, you know, I had friends that had to open their oven to heat their house. And I would sleep at the house and I'd be like, God damn, bro, like this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had friends that, live in like the projects on like Section 8. And I was like, yo, like this is crazy. Like they're getting their groceries from a truck. Like, because that's what they can afford. Like government cheese, bro. Like people make fun of it. It's a real fucking thing. I've had it.
Mm-hmm.
Not at my house, but at my friend's house. It's like, and then like, oh, I want to go to Nick's house. Like, and like my house is kind of like that safe space. And I've experienced that from being young, and you've seen it when that girl come in at Culture Vulture, because I did a Jamaican video. How many people came in and was like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you don't know where he came from. People like, you don't know STAMZ. Like, if you're saying that, you just don't know me. Like, there's been times where I've shut off music at events because I wasn't feeling the vibe. I'm not going to name these. They're bars, and they're white bars in the city, where I've been like, yo, I don't like the way you treated my friends, my crowd. You didn't do that for other people that are not people of color. I'm out. We're not getting paid. That's cool. I'm out. Shut my laptop and leave. Allison's been there. Shit, like, you can ask anybody. Like, they've been witnesses. Like, to tell you, it's right now. There's many eyes on it. Where for me, if you don't know me and you haven't known me for the past like 20, since I've been like a grown up and had a voice to voice my opinion on certain stuff, then I can see how you would say that from the outside looking in. Because people are human. They have their opinion and everything. Social media is it's a drug, bro. It's terrible. And if you just see me on there, like, that's what you'd say. But to spin into the DJ game, if you're like, yo, I don't know, like, he's like, why is STAMZ doing this Jamaican night over my boy who's been a Jamaican DJ for like 10 years? I know that's kind of like what you're asking. Or why is he doing a Latin night over fucking Snacks, who's Mexican? And
I'm not fucking Mexican, you idiot.
I know, I'm joking. But like, or like over any DJ that just comes from that culture. It's not that I'm doing it over that person. It's just I'm doing it because these guys came up with me and they know I can touch that crowd. I say my little sayings in Spanish, my little drops in Spanish, or my little Jamaican, like my little patois. It's not the best, but like I can mess around with it. People are like, oh shit, like he's not being a culture vulture. He's actually invested in what we do. Like he's speaking how we speak. When you run Jamaican tune, you know how to run it. You talk on the microphone. There's no scratching. You just blend. Dub plate, blend. It's different. And if you didn't know that and you didn't grow up in that culture, bro, I used to go out. Bro, I broke so many girls' hearts being younger, going out 7 nights a week and being the worst boyfriend ever, bro. I swear to God, like, just going out 7 nights a week in different places and just being in different cultures, like, yo, like, actually learning, like, rice and beans, Jamaican patties, like, bro, like, that's my shit, like, you know what I mean? And I'm very diverse in everything I do. My girlfriend's Vietnamese. She's the first generation to graduate from college in her family. Her family comes absolutely nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I can see from her point, like, she's scratching and clawing to get away, and she's not getting the head start that a lot of white people get. Like, there's people in her class that these white girls and these white dudes that are becoming doctors that are graduating, and when you graduate medical school, you have to have a doctor, like ceremonial, like hoodoo, it's called. Their dads are doctors, right. And their dads were doctors before them,
right?
And their dads are probably slave owners, bro. Like, I'm just gonna tell like it is. Like, it's a terrible head start. But now more than ever, I feel like it's starting to shift that gap, and people are starting to learn a lot more about each other and just everything in general. Where people can look at me and be like, okay, I thought he was kind of like trying to get money and like bank off our culture, but he's actually really invested in it, and he's about it. And I'm all about pushing it forward, bro. You can ask anybody, like anybody that knows me, like, will tell you that. Like, I've been called the craziest things, like crazy nicknames, and like, it's just like, once you really sit down and get to know me, it's a whole different conversation. Like, I really can't get into it because it's more like a musical, you know, like, but we could have like that talk someday. Like, I'm well versed and cultured in like what's going on, and I don't care if I say it, if it hurts my brand or image in a certain way, because it's what I truly believe in. And you're the same way, bro, with pioneers and all that stuff. Very, very forward, very like, you know, with social justice and pushing the culture forward, and it's what is needed. Mm-hmm. From a DJ standpoint, it does suck, bro. Like, that day that happened, me and you talked about it, it really hurt me, bro. Cause like,
yeah, I'm sure it did.
my first 2 ever gigs were like Jamaican gigs, and I thought I did pretty well. I was like, word, and then like I did that video, it blew up kind of, and I was just like, word, like, and to have somebody come in there who doesn't follow anybody I follow, just a random like troll account. It could have been somebody I know, you know. I was like, damn, I put all that work in. Not that TikTok is a hard work to do a video; it's very easy, but like.
No, but it's always that one negative comment that goes
can
over
shift
all
everything.
the positive ones. Yeah.
I had verified Jamaican artists like, yo, white boy, you always been killing it. Like, I'm glad to see you still doing it. And then it overshadows that, you know, like the blue checks get overshadowed, and it sucks. People are like that, man. There's a lot of hate, and I tell everybody like, yo, just at my events, you know, when I get drunk or not even drunk, at the end of the night, I'll be like, yo, like, everybody get home safe, man. Get the hell out your blood. Get it out, man. It's not good. Everybody love everybody. If you see somebody that's drunk and needs a ride home, maybe trust that person. Maybe call them an Uber. Get them a taxi. If you see a girl that's all banged up and dudes is all gripping, that before the pandemic, bro, that shit was happening. Like, there's a lot of creeps out there. That shit got weeded out too. The whole sexism, that shit's kind of getting weeded out too. Where people are like, oh, I like going to the club to pick up young girls, and I'm like, bro, if you want to groom girls, just say that, my man. Like, if you're 26 and you can't bag any girls your age because they see through your bullshit, and you want to get a 21-year-old girl, we know what time it is now.
Yeah.
Not that, hey, love is love. If there's a couple of exceptions, but like, yo, you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
In a sense where like, if I walk by in the club, I'm gonna call it out now more than ever, no matter what happens. There's been times like Ron will tell you, or who was it? Like Dimitri, like Max will tell you, like, there's been times I'm like, yo, this dude's being mad fucking racist. Oh, are you sure? I'm like, bro, watch him. And like, I'll be DJing, and like when me and you, like, when I'm scanning the room, I'll see that, and it'll throw my whole mood off. I'll be like, yo, security, get him the fuck out of here. Like Steve, Big Steve, my guy at Tunnel. I was like, yo, he's being mad racist. He's like, wait. I'm like, watch him. White boy just being like white, but like mad, like belligerent, probably drunk. And I was like, yo, bro, like, you good? He's like, you playing all that black shit? I'm like, all right, cool, yo, you got to go, my man. And like, I wasn't on yet. The opener, like, Ara was on. He's like, nah, like, I've seen you before. Like, so he knew what he was coming into. Like, he knew how I gave it up. He seen me on the flyer, blah, blah. And like, dude just had to run down on him, man, to be honest with you. Like, we had to get him out of there with force. Like me, like, I was in his face, like, yo, bro, like, I don't work here, but you're not about to ruin my night before it starts. It's happened there. It's happened at Storyville. It's happened, bro, it happens everywhere. It's just, there's a lot of underlying racism in Boston, bro, especially in nightlife. It's there. But I think, like I said in the beginning of the conversation, I think it's better than ever. It's not anywhere where it needs to be. And that's me being a white DJ in every different club, every different night. It can get there. And I try to be that beacon. You know, Big Tune tell you like, oh, STAMZ, he ain't white, man, he's black. And like, they joke around saying that. But to me, that means that I have a voice. You know, I'm not going to stop wearing a do-rag. You know, I can't get waves. But I'm gonna use my voice to be like, yo, this isn't right.
Yeah.
And my brown and black colleagues shouldn't be getting treated like this because you're not treating me like that. So it's not right. And when I say it in front of people and speak up, if people have any kind of moral compass or inner code, they're like, oh, like, damn, maybe like I wasn't trying to be racist, but it came off like that. Because 95% of the time with these owners and these managers, they're not trying to do it. It just kind of happens because it's deeply rooted in where they came from, and it's in their culture. Sadly, it's how they were taught. White people, Irish, Italian, whatever it may be, Greek. It doesn't matter. Any white native European culture, like that's what it is. And sometimes I don't even know they're doing it, and it's like mad subtle. And I'm like, yo, bro, you can't say shit like that, or like you can't be like, yo, don't do this because it's that. You're saying because it's black, and like, this is like my best friend I've known for like 25 years, and you're saying in front of him that I don't do it. Then he looks at me like, oh, STAMZ sellout. Now he's being a culture vulture. But I would never, but just if I was to do something like that. So, let me to answer your question. I kind of carried away because I'm passionate about that. And I know you are too. We have these side convos all the time. It's just like, it's stuff that has to be said, bro. And I'm glad a lot of people are saying it. And it just weeds out like, okay, so you acted like that, and now like the pandemic kind of shine light on people's like social media, and like, okay, so that's how you really think. Like, now I know where to put you. I know how I can speak to you, and I don't want nothing to do with you. Or, okay, word, you're an ally. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people always say like, what Amir always goes, oh, STAMZ easy on the eyes, easy to look at, he's easily marketable. I am. I have that look. So now it's up to me to use that look to better others. Because I'm good, bro. I'm going to get booked. Like, it's black and white. So no pun intended. But, like, I'm going to get booked, bro. Like, I'm not going to not get booked. I just literally got booked right now. Like, when you were, like, on my phone, like, I literally just got booked right now for, like, this week. So it's, like, it's going to happen. It's by me being a good person, good karma, and my faith in God. Those are 3 things. People are like, yo, how do you get booked? I said, be a good person, be a great fucking DJ, and have faith in Allah, God, whatever you believe in. Have faith, and it's going to happen. Simple as that.
Wise words from a decent man.
Yeah. I get passionate about it, bro. And I know you feel the same way, so that's why I can open up to you, you know?
Yeah. This is good.
And there's been times where, you know, I've seen your friends like, yo, Snacks has changed my life, like, with his music. Obviously, it feels great, bro. And you have that power, too, being Latino. Like, you know, sometimes it's like Latino and black, and it's like, are you really, like, an ally or not? Like, bro, that happens a lot. And it sucks because, like, bro, we're all fighting the same battle. Let's fight it together. Simple as that, bro. That's as simple as it gets.
Yeah, no, definitely well said. And I appreciate you opening up and talking about something that difficult and heavy, being white. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it is tough, and being white but still being able to, whether we call it defending or stepping up or, you know, taking ownership of your actions or responsibilities, you know, it is a big deal. So, you know, I commend you for that and opening up. Is there anything that we should be looking out for you coming up, or
be looking for that house track? It's called Waves. Everything's done. I just gotta, like, finish the track. And then the EP is probably gonna be more towards, like, I want to look for, like, an October drop, September, like, by my birthday, when that first fall without COVID, you know, that Drake feeling, like that Drake season, it's gonna be a different feel. So I want to drop it like sweater weather type stuff, like, because it's all strategic with me, because people are gonna be inside. It's a little cold. People lived out their dreams when COVID was lived in the summertime. Now everybody's kind of getting back to the bag, and then it's gonna be good ride of music, really good vibes. There'll be a couple bangers on there. That look out for Allison. I'm teaching her how to DJ. She wants to be a duo, but I said my heart is with Stacks. But, you know, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, that's coming.
And then just look out, you know, for all the gigs that me and you got coming up, man. If you're listening right now, we appreciate the support. I love when y'all support Snacks. Like, support goes a long way. And when shit opens up, we need you guys more than ever at our events. Like, sorry, I can't comp you. It's been 1.5 years, 2 years. Thanks. I can't get you a free drink this week. You know, come for a few weeks, spend a little bread. I got you. The next one's on me. But these places gotta get back on their feet, man. You know, I can't do a comp bottle no more. If you bring 6 girls, fantastic. Can they please each buy a drink? That's gonna help everybody out more. Mm-hmm. We just gotta get out of that phase. We can get back into it eventually, but it's not gonna happen right away.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Support is needed.
Where can people find you?
At DJ_STAMZ on Instagram. I changed my name on Instagram for like 10 seconds the other day, changed it right back. It was a terrible business move. I'm sorry. So at DJ_STAMZ. Pretty much STAMZ, STAMZ, searching on everything. My SoundCloud, Mixcloud comes up. Linktree is awesome. Shout out Linktree. I'm trying to work with them in the future. They're in my bio. So once you click that in my Instagram bio, Mixcloud, SoundCloud, Twitter. Oh, no, sorry, not Twitter. Facebook. I don't have Twitter. I just have a burner account. No one will ever know who it is. then never find me on there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I'm just, you know,
out here.
I'm out here, man. And like, this is the time for all of us, especially people of DJs of our caliber. It's our time to just take the crown from where it's at, get it, like, not rip the crown, but, you know, from the OGs that are like, okay, STAMZ Snacks are ready to lead the charge and to push it forward. And I'm ready to do that. And I know you are too. And I'm just very excited. I'm very excited for what's going on, like, behind the scenes. I know me and you will probably drop a project soon, a mixtape together. I am working on a solo mixtape. It's taking a while. You know how perfectionist. I don't want to put out no janky shit. When I say mixtape, I mean like a DJ mixtape. Mm-hmm. Like intros, outros, party breaks, all produced by me. Yeah, so other than that, man, I'm just out here. Pull up to any event. Follow me. I'll take care of you the best that I can. And when you see me, you see Snacks. You see Snacks, you see me. We come as you are. Come as a group now. So,
word.
So don't just support me. Support the whole culture. That's where I'm at right now in my headspace.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. Well said. Yeah, and we appreciate you for coming on. Second time on. Just been lots of game. You know, opening up. And
I definitely want to host too. I want to be a co-host. And
You're about to leave to New York.
well, for the next few weeks, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. And as always, follow at Dope Entertainment Official on Instagram.
Yes.
Follow But I Know the DJ on Instagram. Follow me at Give Me Snacks on Instagram, and continue to support STAMZ, support me, support the podcast, support nightlife in general as we start opening up this summer. Please tip your waitresses, tip your bartenders when you're there. Don't give them a bunch of fuss. Don't give the security a fuss because they're telling you to sit down. We're just trying to follow the rules to make sure we can get back to normal. So don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. Be part of the wave. Help us out because we need it. It's that time.
Well said.
So,
Absolutely.
Thank you everybody for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, sir.
You